Welcome to the Divine Connection Podcast. I'm your host, Cristina Aroche, and together we are walking the path of discovering your true self and the alignment with your soul. Through these conversations, you will experience a deeper level of connection with yourself and the universe, and most importantly, you will trust in your spiritual journey ahead. Let's begin. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to this episode. I am so excited for the guest that I have with me today. Her name is Melissa, and she brings such a beautiful light to all of us. She holds so much wisdom, so much beauty, so much grace, so much power. And I cannot wait for you to get to know Melissa today. So Melissa is a soul mystic who encourages and inspires others to live an empowered life and shine their unique light in the world. Her journey has cultivated an open heart, helping her to learn and grow from her experiences and then bring that healing and learning to others. She has chosen to create a life where she can freely share her soul's truth and express herself authentically as a muse to help others to do the same in their lives. She finds inspiration in nature, animals, the cosmos, music, art, travel, and all things magical and mystical. I love that so much. Welcome, Melissa. I'm so excited to have you.
It's an honor to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yes, absolutely. Oh my gosh. I just love that intro for you because it truly is like you are such an inspiration to people. And, I see the posts that you share on Instagram and the things that you talk about and that, we've had conversations on and that you are so connected to. And I think it's such a beautiful thing to share with others because what I have found, and, you can share. I would love to hear from you what your experience of this is like, but it feels like, a lot of people are on this journey of life and they get to a point where they feel like stuck or they feel like there has to be something more, there has to be something different, right? And then it's kind of like they start to seek and start to search and start to, find what is something more out there. So, I feel like we've probably all been in that situation at some point or another. And I would love to hear what your perspective is on that or how you have come to now be in this place of, seeing that and seeing where there's this gap and bringing that inspiration to other people.
So when I'm stuck or I'm in fear, I typically go down a spiral like, oh my God, what about this? And what happens if this happens? So I've really learned to start taking deep breaths, calm down, anchor myself, knowing that I'll be okay and that I'm safe to be me. And then for me, really, it's been knowing that I'm a divine being in a human body experiencing life.
Yes.
And so when I can take a deep breath and center myself and align myself to my soul essence, I get a calming feeling and a knowing that I'm going to be okay. And when I'm stuck, I typically like to exercise or walk in nature, or typically I'll listen to music or something that inspires me so that I can reach a certain frequency or feeling of gratitude or love or just a peace. Because when you're in the present moment, that's when all the magic happens. And that's where all your questions will be answered.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. And I love that you brought that to kind of like that practical thing of like go out for a walk in nature or exercise or do something that helps to actually move your body and move the energy, right? Because I feel like sometimes we can be in a place where we feel stuck or like you said, like in our heads or whatever it is. And so that physical movement helps to really get that out, and then, like you said, bring you back into the present moment. So when you're in that present moment, and when you're kind of feel yourself connected back to your divine essence, who you are, what how would you describe that feeling? Like, to me, I feel like immediately I feel the sense of like peacefulness coming over me when I think about that. What kind of words would you use to describe that for you personally?
Heaven. So
Mm.
when I'm aligned and magical things are happening and the synchronicities are happening all around me, there's nothing better for me in life because I'm who I am authentically, right?
Mm.
And then I'm inspired, I feel at peace, I feel love inside, and so I want everyone else to feel that way. So when
Yeah.
you're in your authentic power and who you truly are and aligned to divine or source or whatever you want to call it,
Mhm.
it's really a feeling of like heaven. This is how it's supposed to be.
Oh my gosh. I love that. And I love how you said this is how it's supposed to be because it really is, it is how it's supposed to be. And I feel like it's one of those things where we all get to understand how we tap into that feeling. You know what I mean? So, my next question for you is kind of what do you feel in terms of each person's individual path and journey to reaching that, state of peace or heaven or however it comes through for each person? Do you feel like it's something where there's like a step by step, like this is do this, do this, do this? Or do you feel like each person kind of there's a sense of discovery, like each person kind of has a unique path to discovering that, you know what I mean? And if that's the case, how can we allow ourselves to, follow that path when it can feel so unknown, you know?
Yeah, great question. So for me, when you're on your spiritual path, everyone has a spiritual path because we're all spirit. We all have divine in us. We are
Mm-hmm.
created from the divine. So once we walk in that knowing, then our confidence, our courage, our self confidence allows us
Mm-hmm.
to start doing things we love to do. So,
Mm.
one step at a time, if you have courage and strength and do things that are out of your comfort zone,
Yes.
you will take the path that leads you to where you're meant to go.
Mm.
And as you start taking little steps, bigger things will show up.
Mm-hmm.
Things will come, for me especially, things will come up that you, in your awareness, that you never even knew that were for you. So you'll start discovering
Mm.
things on your path that your soul wants to look into or
Mm-hmm.
discover, whether that's astrology, whether that's oracle cards, whether that's painting. Each
Mm.
person is so unique. We're all beautiful, divine light beings, and we all are different and unique and beautiful. And we all have things that we love to do. And those things are what inspire us and what we should follow to uncover what we're meant to do in this lifetime. Um,
Yes.
Small steps in things you love to do will show you the way of where you're supposed to go.
I love that so much. And it's so I feel like it's so reassuring because I think sometimes we think of the bigger journey and the bigger path and it feels so overwhelming, right? Because you're like, all like this big journey ahead of me or these big milestones or the bigger vision, and it's kind of like how do I even do that or get there? But then you bring it back to this practical sense of like it's the small steps and the small things in between that unfold and that lead you through one thing at a time. And before you know it, it's kind of you're looking back and you're like, wait a second, I'm here, right? Or I'm on my way. And I just love that reminder for everyone because, like I said, sometimes we can get caught up in the bigger vision or get caught up in like the overwhelm of how do I make this all happen? And instead, it's really about focusing on those smaller steps and the trust in that, right? I
Yeah.
love that. Oh, so, so good. So, when it comes to, what are some things, I'm curious to hear from you, what are some things that you have personally found as part of like those smaller steps, or the things like like you mentioned, interests and things here and things there, the things that inspire you. What are some things that you've discovered for you on your journey that have really supported you and have inspired you to continue to follow and now be in this place where you are now?
So when I discovered spirituality, it was a very big, um, exciting thing that I could go down a rabbit hole with. There's so
Mm,
many nuances that are spirituality. So for me, I read lots of books. I've watched lots of videos, researched what spirituality is, up and
mm,
down, sideways, left and right. There's so much to learn wherever you are on your path. Um, but for me, taking courses with you, doing
mm,
workshops,
mm-hmm,
getting guidance and learning about the angels from you has really been instrumental in my growth and on my
mm,
spiritual path, because through you and your teachings, I've been able to deeply connect with the archangels, um, and have faith and trust that it is true for me, and that I believe it,
mm,
and that I see that for myself, in that um, of all the things that I've witnessed and seen in my life thus far, for me, it's a truth.
right.
So the classes I've taken with you have really helped me learn about having trust and faith,
Mm-hmm.
and that we're always guided and supported.
I love that so much. And thank you so much for sharing that. And, I really feel like that, like right what you just shared, having that breakthrough in whatever way that it shows up for us, but that breakthrough of like deepening that trust and faith, I think is such a key part of this because um, it's one of those things where as we follow our spiritual path, there's no physical proof, right? There's no actual like physical proof so much in the way that we're used to seeing things. Like yes, we can see angel numbers in different signs and those are amazing and I love them. But in general, it's kind of like, oh, like what you said, it was that feeling of this was true and real for you too, and really helping you to come to that. And I feel like then from there it really opens us up to being able to develop our own unique personal relationship with the angels, for example, with the divine, with spirit guides, with whoever, that then continues to grow and guide us and continue to lead us on our path, right? It's that deeper relationship. So I would love to hear from you too, kind of your perspective or your experience with that deeper relationship, like did you always kind of have a feeling like there's something out there and I'm just not really sure, or was it something where there was not really any kind of like any spiritual awareness until you reached that point of like spiritual awakening, and then like you just mentioned that path unfolded from there?
As a child, I was very inspired by nature and animals, and there was a magical and beautiful harmony to it all.
Mm.
And I remember being a child and stargazing with my father at night and looking up at the stars and looking at the constellations and knowing that there
Mm.
was more out there than what we know.
Yeah, that's so
So
cool.
as a child, I was very inquisitive, and I wondered, why am I here? And what is all this? And there has to be more. Look, I mean, the moon, it's the sun, like how these things all work in rhythm. It's like so
Yeah.
amazing. So as a child, I was very enthused and inspired by science and nature. But as I grew up, I was
Mm.
very inside the box.
Mm-hmm.
Everything had to have proof. I had to control it. I had
Mm.
to be everything had to like go smoothly, or else I was very uncomfortable. And I just was very straight narrowed inside the box.
Right.
Um, when I started discovering spirituality, it was very hard for me to trust or believe in anything because there's no proof,
Right.
right? So um, I've been with you many years, and I'm just getting to the point where I'm actually trusting and having faith that there is angels, there is a divine, I am part of the divine, all
Mm-hmm.
these things. It has taken me many, many years to feel comfortable saying that I believe in it. Um,
Mm.
but the funny thing is, every person and their journey will be unique in this because it's always a discovery of who you are on the inside, right? So, trust and faith, you have to have trust and faith when you believe in the divine because we don't have any proof of it. We don't have proof of God. We don't have proof of all
Right.
these things that are miraculous and amazing and super like not conventional.
Yeah.
So the good part of all this is when you start having trust and faith, and it's a feeling. I feel like it's a feeling you have that
Mm.
everything you are doing and um, learning about on your spiritual journey is part of a bigger plan for your soul. Your soul is
Yes.
here to learn, and once you start learning and you have trust and faith in the universe and the angels and that you're guided and supported,
Mm-hmm.
you want to actually help others. You want to serve. You want to get
Mm.
out there and be like, hey, I can do this. You can do this too.
Yes, yes, yes. So much yes to that. I feel that so strongly. And I know that for me, that's definitely how I started my path too, where it was like that feeling of, oh my gosh, like this is so amazing. Like I want people to know about this too, right? And really beginning
Yeah.
to bring that forward. And it's such an amazing experience because, I felt this within myself. I've witnessed this in you. I've witnessed this in other people. It's like that momentum or that exponential growth that starts to almost take over in a way where you are in that energy, like you talked about, that inspirational energy. Like I want to share this with other people, or I want to bring this forward.
Yeah.
And then each next thing you're guided to this and guided to that. And it just kind of starts to be that domino effect, or however you want to call it, but it's that effect where one thing leads to the next and leads to the next and leads to the next, and at the same time
Yeah.
you're building that deeper trust and faith, so you're like, okay, I'm going to keep going and I'm going to keep doing this.
Yeah.
So
And
I just
sometimes
love
you don't want
that.
to keep going.
Yep, I was just about to
Sometimes you're
actually
like,
say, yeah, it's not always smooth sailing though, right? There are those moments. So what's one tool that has really been helpful for you, like when you're, like let's say you're in that flow, but then all of a sudden, like, oh, this happens, or this challenge, or this kind of like bump in the road, like what's a tool that has been really helpful for you to kind of, process whatever and kind of come back to your center, and then continuing to follow that energy of inspiration, or that expression of inspiration.
so for me, prayer and meditation are the top two. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Prayer for me is kind of um, like it's in my hip pocket, right? Like it's something that I can always
Mm-hmm.
do any time of the day, anywhere I am, um,
Mm-hmm.
and you can kind of ask or say what you want, and then it's out in the universe, and you're like, okay. But
Yeah.
for me, what's really been helping me lately is my Instagram posts, and whatever
Mm.
I'm going through or whatever I'm inspired by, I can just simply create a post. Um, I love the design aspect, the picture aspect of it. What do I
Mm-hmm.
visually want to say that inspires me? And then what am I going through? What do I want to inspire, encourage others with? Hey, I'm having a hard time. This is what's going on. Are you having the same
Mm-hmm.
issues? Because I'm with you and we're never alone in this. Um,
Yes.
so for me to have the platform that I have and be able to share, and I call it serve, because that's what
Mm-hmm.
I feel like is my soul's purpose at this point,
Mm-hmm.
is my platform to share and inspire and help others in that way. Um,
Yeah.
I I can get stuck on the words that I want to say or that I
Mm-hmm.
want to express, um, because a lot of it's very not emotional, but it's very, I want to convey the message and inspire others, right? Like I want to invoke a
Yeah.
feeling. I want them to
Mm-hmm.
feel how I feel so that they can get
Mm-hmm.
help in the way that I'm trying to help them, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Um, so I always just say, hey, this is what I'm going through, or this is what helps me get through. And then I like to
Mm.
encourage to, like, you are light, you are love. We're in this
Mm-hmm.
together. You're never alone. Love yourself. Enjoy who you are because you're divine. Just
Yeah.
little messages that I think help me when I post it as well. And I get it
Yeah.
out on the post. I think it's a two-way street.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. And I totally relate and resonate on so many levels. I feel it's the same thing, for me, whenever I'm teaching something or sharing about something or bringing something forward, it's like, I'm always like, okay, this is for me too. Like
Yeah.
it's not just for the people who are receiving, it's for all of us. And I think that's the really beautiful thing and a really powerful thing about the energy of the collective, right? And how we're all connected and how essentially we're all beings of light and love, and we're in this place where we get to simply express that in unique ways. And it's so amazing to see you finding that for yourself, and how you bring that forward and how you get to tie it into with the, like you said, like the visual piece with Instagram and how that's a fun aspect of it.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, it really is. I feel like that deeper connection where we bring forward, like you said, invoke a feeling within others to help them to connect and understand, and also most importantly know that they're not alone, right? I think that's one of the biggest things, that sometimes we can feel isolated or like we're alone or everyone else around us has it figured out and we're the only ones who are struggling. And you know both Melissa and I are here to tell you right now, for all of those who are listening, you are not alone. We all go through things. We all go through these kinds of experiences. And I think it's so helpful when we come together in this way to really support one another.
And when we come together in community and we bring up things we're going through, it's amazing how you'll find mostly everyone's going through similar things.
Mhm.
Um, so I just love when we're able to connect and share the experiences we have and then help others if we can. Because I think that's why we're here ultimately, is to really
Yeah.
discover our soul's truth, who we
Mhm.
are authentically, and then share that with others. And then it's like a ripple effect, right? Like
Yeah. Absolutely.
everyone's here to discover what they're meant to do, what they want to do, and to shine bright, right?
Absolutely. Absolutely. 1,000%. Yes, yes, yes.
Yes.
And I love that how you brought that too, with that expression of our truth and who we are, and how, I feel like that expression can come through in so many different ways. Like you just shared the example, with the Instagram page, and then it's kind of like the words that you speak, but it's also the visual part of it, right? Like bringing the image or whatever together. Has there been anything else along your journey that has supported you with expression, or that you have found to be something that inspires you? You know, like for some people, it could be like dancing or singing or music or something like that. So is there anything else that you know, for yourself, you do or that you enjoy that just supports you in that energy of your soul just coming alive?
So for me, it's taken me a while to have the confidence to speak my truth.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so for me, I like to do yoga. Um,
Mm.
it helps me ground my
Mm-hmm.
body because I tend to be very up in my head a lot.
Mm.
So for me, yoga is a whole mind, body, and spirit for me. It
Yeah.
really is something that I'm able to do and feel really amazing afterwards.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not flexible. I'm not the greatest yoga, you know,
Yeah.
person, but I, the fact that I finished the class and
Yes.
I'm there in a community and uh, I stretched my body and I moved my body. Um, it really has benefited me in so many ways. I
Mm.
also, walks in nature are huge for me. Gardening, like with roses and
Mm-hmm.
being outside, really speaking more about how I feel and what I desire has been big for me. Um,
Yeah.
so just, I think the key is to be who you are authentically. And I know that's
Mm.
scary and it could be hard for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but it's worth the hard work and it's worth the scary things that you might go through or the things that you don't want to do but you do anyways.
Mm-hmm.
It's really a whole connection in who you are and who you are becoming in your life because
Yeah.
you have to be authentic to be the true you and to
Yes.
have the things that you're meant to do come to you because when you're authentic that vibration's going to carry out into the world.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, 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 yes. It's all about that energy and that frequency and what we allow to move through us, right? Because I think essentially, you know,
Yes,
when we are not quote unquote our true selves or being inauthentic, it's just, it's simply like the energy of who you truly are doesn't get to come out and shine, right? Whereas
right.
what you're sharing is it's like, no, you get to shine and just be you and allow that
Shine
beautiful
bright
energy. Yes.
so others can see. Yes.
Yes, yes. Oh my gosh. Yes, I love that. And I love how you brought in, you know, that aspect that there's so many different like so many different parts, you know, like the yoga or being out in nature or different tools and connections that I think help support bringing that into our awareness of how we can be more of our authentic selves or be more of our true selves, you know. Um and And to me, it really feels like, especially with yoga and the nature, it's like that grounding energy, right? Like, is that what you would say is a big part of that? Like the groundedness that you feel from that connection? Or is there anything else that comes through with that? Like let's say if you're going out for a walk in nature or connecting with in your garden or whatever, like what would you say is the feeling or the presence that it evokes in you, you know?
So for me, it's the energy, it's movement of energy. Um,
Mm.
we are energy.
Mhm.
And for me, I need to move to feel peaceful within my body. So
Mhm.
I walk every day mostly, and in my on my walks, I'm praying. I'm saying
Mm.
affirmations. I'm
Mhm.
trying to be in the present moment so I can see hawks and
Yeah.
animals that I want to see per se and just trying to be in the present moment, to be at peace and connect to the divine in that moment as much as I can. And that's where I'm able to do it, is like walks on nature. And then with yoga, it's just a mind, body, and spirit. It's kind of like I'm able to zip up my whole body after that class. I'm like one little light, and I'm able to like, you know, shine bright and like be like boop, 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 boop. Like I'm firing in all cylinders now, because I'm all connected, basically, if that's the right way to say it. But yeah.
The visual that I got when you said that was, it's almost like you're like that tall, like lighthouse, right? That's like here, strong, centered, and then do 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 do, like the light just shines like in all directions. You know, just
that is
like
me, yes.
The lighthouse. Oh, so good. Yes. You are the lighthouse. That's amazing. I love that. Yes. Oh, so good. So good. So when it comes, you know, for people to start this, whether they're starting off with this journey or whether they are, you know, have been on the spiritual path and they're wanting to step into more, or they're wanting to kind of, you know, break through anything that's been kind of keeping them stuck, and they're like, ooh, I want to be the lighthouse too, or I want to learn how to kind of, you know, bring that light forward. What's one thing that you would say to everyone to encourage them to either start or to keep going, or, you know, to move past whatever has been blocking them? What's one thing that comes to you right now that's like, this is what you got to know, this is what I would say to you, kind of thing?
I have two things.
Okay, the first perfect.
One is do what, yeah. The first thing is to do what you love and what you're passionate about. So if you love art, go sign up for an art class, go get involved, do something with art. If you love dancing, take a dance class, dance in your house, do that. The second thing is to do something that you're scared to do.
Yes, I love that.
Sign up for a marathon, something big, right? Sign up for a podcast, sign up to teach a class about something you love to do, something big and that scares you. So when you do something that you're scared and you're courageous and strong and you show up for it, the universe meets you there and then some, right? So you meet the bar and then raise it. The universe is going to raise the bar with you. So new opportunities will come into your life. New people will come into your life. Things you never dreamt of will come forward because you took that big leap.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that so much. That's so good. And thanks. And it's so true, because it's like the universe is only going to meet you where you start to push that comfort zone, or you start to kind of push that energy, and then the universe is like, oh yeah, let's do it. You're ready? Okay, cool. Let's go. You know, so I love that you shared that. And, you know, it's such a powerful encouragement for people to know that, you know, going in outside of your comfort zone is something that will not only, like you said, bring opportunities and, you know, greater unfolding, greater expansion into your life, but it also, you know, in that way helps you to really see who you are too. You know what I mean? Like really see, oh wait, I do have the courage. I do have the power. I do have this. Oh, okay. I see that now, you know? So I just love that. Thank you for sharing that.
It's the best feeling when you do something or accomplish something that you didn't think you could do.
Absolutely. And then you get to do it again, and you get to expand further, because now you're like, I know how to do that. I did it. I did the hard thing, you know, and then it's not so scary the next time around. Right.
And it builds the courage and strength you have in yourself. So you're able to love yourself more and align with the divine more and be in the flow. And really just be a better version of you, even though you're perfect in every way already, just to show yourself that you could do it. You could do hard things and come out the other
Yeah.
side a better person for it.
Ah, I just love that so much. It's so good. And it's so true and such an important reminder, for all of us in any moment, no matter what you may be going through right now, no matter what your experience is right now. It really is showing you how, as you move through that discomfort feeling, there's always something greater waiting for you on the other side, which,
And we only
is
have
so
one
powerful.
life, right?
Yes.
This is our
Yes.
life. We're doing it. Let's try and do it the best and the biggest way we can.
Yes. So good. So good. Okay, last question for you
Okay.
in that with what you just said, what do you envision for, for yourself, for us, for the collective? Like what kind of do you see in terms of this bigger vision for the world? What do you see us, or what is, we can call it, what's your hope for us? What do you see for us? What do you feel, as this spiritual awakening becomes something that people fall into and feel and are growing to, individually and together? Where do you see this leading us?
I think the world is changing. I think um, we're supposed to anchor the light in um, from the divine, meaning the people who have come here at this time were chosen to come here at this
Mm-hmm.
time to light the way for others and to remember who they are, divine beings
Mm-hmm.
of light and love. Um,
Mm-hmm.
we're here to be who we are authentically, shine our light bright in our own unique ways because we're all different. So it's kind of like a Christmas light, like on a Christmas tree, the lights are the bulbs. We're like
Yes.
all the bulbs on the Christmas tree, right? So we're all going to shine bright and we're
Mm-hmm.
all going to lift each other up in our best. I'm going to lift you up in your best spotlight. You're going to lift me up on my best spotlight.
Mm-hmm.
Um, we're all going to grow and learn and heal. And I feel like we're going to illuminate the earth, meaning we're going to anchor
Mm.
in light. Um, and we're going to make this kingdom on the kingdom of the earth, or heaven on
Mm-hmm.
earth, or however you want to say it.
Yeah.
um, so for me, it's just making this world a better place, who with who we are uniquely and divinely, as
Mm.
ourselves, but as a
Mm-hmm.
collective we all are one ultimately. So we're all gonna um, get together and be together and live in bliss, really in love, expressing love.
Mm. Oh, I just love that so much. And I feel that so deeply. And I totally agree with you. Like, there is a evolution, change, and expansion that is happening, on a, in terms of our collective consciousness. And so, yeah, it's exactly what you said. Us following our path, being our authentic selves, allowing our light to shine is all contributing to where we're all headed and where we're all going, and we're doing it together.
And it's
So,
not easy.
no.
It's not easy to be shining all the time.
Mhm.
We're going to have good days and bad days, but ultimately we can pivot to the road we're all meant to be on together.
Yes. And like you said too, like lifting each other up, when I need someone to
Yes.
lean on, okay, I've got, I have those people when you need someone to lean on, etc. And through that, we give each other strength, we give each other hope and power and encouragement. And it's like we said before, we're not in this alone. We're doing it together.
I don't think you can do it alone.
Yeah.
I think our growth comes from other people and having a
Mm-hmm.
mentor or a coach or someone that elevates us, because we
Yeah.
can't see things for ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
unfortunately.
Yep.
We need
Yep.
other people to help us see and guide the way for us and to
Absolutely.
shine their light
Yep.
so that we
Uh,
can follow.
yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. Totally. Yes, 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 yes. I feel like that emoji that like puts the hands up and is just like, yes.
Yes. Yes.
Oh, so amazing. I am just loving this conversation so, so much and all of the inspiration. And I feel like this is one of those things where, after listening to this, I feel like people are going to be like, okay, what's my thing? Like, I'm ready to shine my light. I'm ready to be more of my true self. I'm ready to do this.
Yes. Do
So,
it.
yes, yes. Thank you so much for bringing this forward and bringing this conversation to us today. I would love for you to share where people can find you, where they can connect with you. What's the best way for them to continue in this energy with you? What is the best place to find you?
So I'm on Instagram at the.soul.mystic. Anyone could reach out to me, DM me, let me know your thoughts, your questions. I'd love to hear from you. But it's the.soul.mystic on Instagram.
Awesome. Oh my gosh, that was amazing that you just spelled that because I feel like I would have tripped over my words trying to spell.
Right,
So that's
right.
amazing. So good. And we will have the link for that in the show notes below. So you can go check that out. Go connect with Melissa. Go see all of the amazing things that she is sharing. I'm so excited for you, for me, for us, for all of us, everyone listening today. I really feel like this is the time for us to say yes and keep shining and being
Yes.
bright and stepping into whatever that next step is for you. So thank you so much for sharing your light with us today and shining so beautifully and so brightly and inspiring others. You're amazing. I just love you.
It was an honor to be with you today, and I'm so appreciative to have this discussion with you. It was really amazing.
Yay. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. All right, everyone. Thank you once again for listening in. As always, come and share your thoughts, your experiences, what resonated with you, what beautiful golden nuggets of wisdom you received. Share that in the comments below. Go follow Melissa and connect with her. And as always, I am sending you so much love and angel blessings, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. And if you want to learn more about the Divine Connection podcast, you can go to CristinaAroche.com/podcast and learn about how you can be featured on the show.